The world is colder than you think. It doesn't care how kind you are. It doesn't care how hard you've tried. It doesn't care how many times you almost made it. You could be on the verge of greatness, and no one would notice, because the world only claps for winners, not for the struggling, not for the hopeful, not for the almost made-its. That's the truth they don't teach in school. You are invisible until you win, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. But you can use it. This is your wake-up call. Do you know what it feels like to be unseen? To give everything you have to a world that doesn't blink? To scream and hear nothing echo back? We all start there, not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, waiting for a break, hoping someone notices. But here's the truth. The world doesn't owe you attention. It doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. So while you sit there, praying to be discovered, someone else is building in silence, bleeding, grinding, preparing to be undeniable. And when they win, the world will finally look, and it won't ask how long it took, only what they became. Behind every winner you see are 1,000 nights you don't, sacrifices no one applauded, failures no one forgave. People love winners, but they never show up for the grind. They don't see the nights you doubt everything, when quitting whispers in your ear louder than ambition ever did. But that's where the separation begins, because most people fold. Most people post their dreams and wait. You build when no one watches. You suffer when no one cares. And that is what makes you different. Maybe they laughed. Maybe they doubted you. Maybe they walked away when you needed them most. Good. Let that burn. Let it become the fire they can't extinguish. Because when no one believes in you, you either collapse or you become legendary. Use the pain. Don't run from it. Turn it into fuel. Because revenge isn't loud. It's silent. It's disciplined. It's inevitable. Success isn't one big moment. It's the sum of 1,000 small ones. Waking up early when you don't want to. Lifting when you're tired. Working when no one claps. You lay the foundation brick by brick, and no one will thank you. No one will cheer. Not yet. But one day, they'll call it overnight success. They'll say you're lucky, and you'll smile, because you know the truth. You built this alone. Stop waiting for a handout. Stop begging for chances. Stop asking people to believe in you. Most won't. Not until you don't need them anymore. And that's the game. Once you win, everyone shows up. They say they always believed. They want to be part of the glow. But remember who stayed silent. Remember who ghosted when you needed them. This isn't about hate. It's about awareness. Because the world only cares once it's easy to care. Be undeniable, and they'll have no choice but to clap. Greatness doesn't ask politely. It demands sacrifice. Your time, your comfort. Sometimes, even people you thought were forever. Because growth offends the stagnant. And when you decide to rise, you threaten their excuses. So they'll mock you, call you obsessed, tell you you've changed. Good. You're supposed to change. You're not supposed to stay the version of you that got nothing. To become who you were born to be, you must let go of who you were trained to be. When obsession takes over, everything else fades. There is no plan B. There is no backup. There's just win. People fear that word, obsession. But obsession is simply love without compromise. You must love your future more than your comfort, more than approval, more than fitting in. You must become a storm, so focused that nothing distracts you, not even your pain. And then it happens. Not all at once, but piece by piece. Your name gets whispered. Your work gets noticed. People start asking, "Where have you been?" They don't realize you were here the whole time. They just didn't care until you became too undeniable to ignore. That's the switch. From invisible to necessary. From laughed at to studied. From ghosted to followed. But by then, you don't care who's watching, because you've already won. You'll return to places you once begged to escape, and everything will look the same, but feel different. Because you've changed. Because you built something. Because now you carry power. You won't need to prove anything. You won't need to speak loudly. Your existence becomes the answer. Success is the loudest silence. It humbles the doubters and reminds you the world listens to results. This isn't just a story. It's a mirror, a reminder of who you are. The world still doesn't care, not yet, but one day it will. If you do the work, if you suffer with purpose, if you build in silence, this is your moment, not to wait, but to act. No more begging, no more hoping, no more sitting in the shadows. Win, alone if you must. And when the world claps, it won't be for who you were. It'll be for who you became. No one's coming. No one owes you support. No one's checking in. But if you use that pain, if you refuse to break, if you build with blood and silence, you'll become the one they never saw coming. And when they finally ask, "How did you do it?" you'll smile. Because deep down, you already know you were never meant to be saved. You were meant to win, alone.